Hello everyone, and welcome to part 2 of my collection video. Sorry this took so long to record. I actually got sick and I fell behind on some work, so I had to catch up on that. So let's get started. It's been so long since I've actually, I think I made this video in December, and it's been so long since I reviewed it, so this is like a blind review for the both of us. Alright, here's more Black Rock Shooter stuff. Here's some of my little Black Rock Shooter, the animation Nendoroids. This is the Black Rock Shooter The Beast Figma. It came with that art book behind it. And it's a pretty cool, it's a very unique Black Rock Shooter design. You can tell it's a little bit different than her normal stuff. She has shorter pigtails. And rather than a cannon, she has this giant, I don't know, whatever Guts uses is whatever this is called, a giant sword. This is the Black Rock Shooter Pop-Up Parade figure by Good Smile Company. It's actually a cheaper version than the first Black Rock Shooter scale figure, and it's a pretty good pop-up parade. I generally don't like pop-up parades. Again, they're kind of bad quality. But I think personally as a Black Rock Shooter fan, because I've been a Black Rock Shooter fan for a while now, it was a little lazy for Black Rock Shooter fans because like I already had this figure, so it's like the first Black Rock Shooter pop-up parade was also this figure again, just lower quality. But I think they're both really good, so I had to have both of them. You can tell they're pretty much almost the exact same sculpt, but this one's just a little lower quality. But they're both very cute. I recommend both of them. You can find this original one, because it's so old, for pretty cheap nowadays. So, you know, almost probably equal in price. Here's a Black Rock Shooter animation version Deadmaster Nendoroid. My friend in Japan actually got this for me. I got one from the website fromjapan.jp.co, I think is the website. And I usually use that for all my imports from Japan, but unfortunately this one was a bootleg, so I didn't put it in my collection, but my friend in Japan actually found one, bought it for me, and sent it to me, so I'm very grateful. She's very cute. Her veil is very unique for Deadmaster, so. This is the Black Rock Shooter gift plush cell phone strap. So you can see the little strap on top of her head. This is actually supposed to be attached to a cell phone, which I think is pretty funny. It's very cute. Her little pigtails move around. This is just some old Black Rock Shooter coffee cup. I don't know. Again, I just do a lot of Black Rock Shooter stuff. This is the other one. I think they were either released together at the exact same time, or this is a set that came with it. Good quality. I might buy another pair to actually use. This is a strength Nendoroid. Her arms fall off really easily, so, you know, it kind of sucks. Chariot, she's really, really cute. Animation Black Rock Shooter, which actually is funny, is, I think I actually accidentally bought the animation Black Rock Shooter Nendoroid twice. I thought I didn't have it, and then I bought it again and realized I did have it. This is another doujinshi. I believe I covered this earlier in the first video. Yeah, there it is over there. I buy a lot of duplicates, sometimes accidentally and sometimes on purpose. I'm totally fine with duplicates in my collection. Like, it just makes my Black Rock Shooter collection look bigger, so I like it. This figure, I really like it. At first, I did not like it, and then it grew on me. And funny enough, I don't really care about like complete sets and stuff like that. I just care about the things that I like. So I bought this. Somebody was selling it on my figure collection for $70, and I bought it without the book. But then I later went back and bought the book for like $30. So I think I spent a total of like 100 USD on the set, and I think it retailed for a little bit more than that. Either way, I mean, you know, I'm happy with how it turned out. Very unique. I love the back tattoo. For a while, I thought I'd get that, but it's just like, I can't commit to any tattoos, which is really funny considering I'm an artist. This is a Black Rock Shooter necklace charm, I think they call it. There's two more in the set, one for Deadmaster and then one for Black Gold Saw. And I really I really want to get the other two, and then probably like an additional set just so I can actually wear it as jewelry. I think that'd be pretty cool. Here's some of the artwork inside the Blackrock Shooter / Steins Gate art book that released with that figure. A lot of beautiful illustrations. I'm not a huge fan of Steins Gate. It's a good series. I'm glad that Huke drew it. But I'm more of a Blackrock Shooter fan. Here's a picture of the actual figure, the illustration, and here's kind of like the Steins Gate. I do kind of like that he split it in half, where on one side it's mostly Steins Gate, and then on the other side it's mostly Blackrock Shooter. Both of them are cool. I really like to see the range between the two, because like Blackrock Shooter is really like melancholy style, and then Steins Gate is like, I don't want to say it's melancholy, but it's like, it's still full color. And this is kind of some of his like off works and just random sketches and stuff like that. Some of the original Blackrock Shooter illustrations. Some of this stuff you'll see is like the covers for like the DVDs and whatnot. This is, I believe, the animation CD album soundtrack. The OVA soundtrack, maybe? It's one of the soundtracks. This is a little GE animation, so an American Blackrock Shooter item that came out like around like, I don't know, 2012. It's kind of low quality. I was wearing it like, one of my friends got it for me for Christmas actually when I was in like middle school or high school. And I was wearing it for a while, but I think like it's the type of bracelet where it's like if you wear it, like the paint comes off after a while. So it's not high quality, but you know, I keep it for my collection. Here's my Blackrock Shooter the game shelf. So it's mostly the game stuff. This is a telephone card. I don't remember if I explained in the last video, but in Japan they have like these prepaid Samuka cards, I believe they're called. And it's just like a telephone card, and I believe you can recharge them, but they make exclusive ones with exclusive illustrations that they, you know, will usually give away. They generally don't sell them. So here's a couple of those. Some of these ones that I have are pretty rare, but I don't remember which ones are like the really rare ones. It's pretty cool of a concept back in the day when we used telephone cards. Here's the White Rock Shooter one, which there's Blackrock Shooter, White Rock Shooter, and then White Blackrock Shooter. I have a figure of the White Blackrock Shooter. It's not White Rock Shooter, it's a white version of Blackrock Shooter. I'll show you that figure later. These little bunny body pieces were sold as an additional set from Good Smile Company called like Nendoroid More, Nendoroid Plus or something like that, where it's like they would just send you like 6 blind boxes and they would be like bunny bodies so you could mix them with your other figures. And I thought this looked like a really cute combination together. Which I do have that Blackrock Shooter bunny figure on pre-order, and I think I just paid for it today, which that was a very pretty penny to say the least. I will be doing a collection because I record this video I think in December. I have a couple of rare items that I've gotten in between these times since recording, and I will do a little update collection after that. And I'll show the bunny there because she's huge. This is actually pretty exclusive. This was a Blackrock Shooter the game promotional disc that only like game stores in Japan had access to. Like if you were the owner of the store, they would send you this disc so you can play it on like the little TV as a promotional thing. So you can only get this item if you were like a store owner essentially. It is probably like one of the rarest like Blackrock Shooter items I have in my collection. A lot of people ask like if I could upload it, but I don't really have a disk drive to upload the contents on it. I think someone else actually has also a copy and has uploaded it. But it's really cool considering like you couldn't buy it. Only specific game stores had this disc. I may have paid, I don't think I paid too much for it. I think maybe 60. This is a Blackrock Shooter the game soundtrack, but it only has like I think only like a little bit of soundtracks on it, like a little bit of what's it called? Tracks on it. And this specific little piece book combination came with the Blackrock Shooter the game premium box set, which came with the Figma as well. So just another little, cool Black Rock Shooter thing. Yeah, that's the White Rock Shooter Figma that the premium box came with. This little White Rock Shooter, the Charm, came with kind of like the standard. I don't know if they made like a standard version. I know they made like a smaller box version, you'll see in a minute, of Black Rock Shooter the game, which is not the, big, I think this was like 140 with the Figma. You can see that behind Black Rock Shooter Stella, it's like a box. I don't know if they made just like the game cartridge, essentially, just the game case by itself is sold, or if it's just the 2 boxes only. This is a Chogokin Hatsune Miku die-cast metal figure. So this figure is mostly metal, which is really cool. Like her little twin tails are like stuck to her head via magnets. The only thing is that this figure kind of rusts over time, and this is a pretty old figure, but I really liked it. I found it interesting that they use the exact same sculpt as the Max Factory Figma, the first Hatsune Miku kind of posable action figure. And this one also came with kind of like strange, yeah, as you can see, it falls apart very easily, unfortunately. This one came with I think detachable arms or something that made her look like some robot thing. I don't know. Either way, I thought it was really cute and shiny. See, this is the game. I don't know. I think I have 2 or 3 copies of this game. One of them was bundled with the premium box that I was showing earlier, and then the other one came with the standard box. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if the game was sold just as that, just as the game. This is a Black Rock Shooter, the game, visual works that I'll show later. This is a promotional Black Rock Shooter, the game hand fan with some of the artwork from the boxes. Here's another one of those cards. I need to get another case for it because, so they all are uniform. Here's another little Black Rock Shooter bunny that I put together. This one kind of actually looks like the actual bunny, so this will be really cute to show them together. And I'm pulling out the Black Rock Shooter, the game soundtrack, which soundtrack's actually pretty good. I would recommend listening to it. Some Vocaloid is actually used in there. I forget her name. Ivana? Maybe Ivana? I don't know. It's one of those English ones that are kind of old. This is a Black Rock Shooter. This was only limited to I'm bad with numbers. Either 40,000 pieces or maybe 500 pieces. That's a big difference. It was something that, it was super limited edition. I don't know. It was something rare. So it's a rare little book. Animation. From the opening sequence, it's the the sketches. Here's a Black Rock Shooter, the game soundtrack disc. It's very pretty, nicely designed. Again, I miss the back in the days, whenever you'd have the discs designed like this. Very pretty. Here's a little insert paper with, I think, some information about the songs, the track list, and just some screenshots from the game. The little back illustration. This is a really cute picture of Stella. This is Black Rock Shooter, the Archives, which is kind of like a game manual for the game. It came with a mouse pad. I have 2 copies of the mouse pad. One that I think is still attached. Yeah, it's still attached into this book. And then one, not attached to the book. And I probably should get another one so I can actually use it. So then I'll have 3 mouse pads. Yeah, here's just some files about the characters. Back in the day when they used to, use game manuals. Those were the good old days. Just kidding, I've never once used a game manual in my entire life. Honestly, I've barely even completed a game. I would say probably the only games I've ever completed are the Hatsune Miku Project Diva games. Completing a video game takes a lot of effort and work, and I don't have a lot of patience. And this is more Chanko illustrations. Very cute. I love Chanko. Some more promotional illustrations, I'm assuming from Ufotable or UFO Table, however you say it. however you say their name. Here are some of the phone cards that I were showing earlier. Kumasu? I can't read it. The text is really small. Animate is a game company, and I can't read what that second text says, but I do have a giant with that orange Blackrock shooter in the top. What is it, left or right? Whatever side I'm on over here. Right here. There we go. This side. That Blackrock shooter. I have a giant wall scroll of it, and it's huge. It's like, it looks like something you would see in, like, I don't know, like a stadium. It's a massive wall scroll. I don't think I show it in this video, but I'll show it in the updated collection. But I also recently got an anime promotional acrylic, which was really cool, with the same exact illustration. So I'm assuming Animate had rights to send that acrylic and make up promotional items for it. Here's some close-ups of different skins you can unlock for Stella in the game. I never unlocked any of them. Again, that's like a lot of hard work. But there was a Blackrock shooter, like, bunny outfit there. Which I think it would have been cool if, for the Blackrock shooter bunny figure, they made it a little bit more interesting. I mean, I'll get it. Like, I love bunny girls. I think they're so cute. I love the outfit. The Playboy bunny was actually designed by a black woman, which I only recently learned, which I found very interesting. I thought that's really cool. And so I really like bunny girls, and but I wish they had, because like she has, like, Blackrock shooter technically has some like canon bunny outfits from the game, and I wish they had gone with one of those, but they just kind of did a really basic Blackrock shooter bunny outfit, which is just Blackrock shooter in that scale that they made, that I told you that they made the pop-up parade of, and they just put that in a bunny outfit, which I guess they know people like me will just buy anything Blackrock shooter. It's just like, here. Just put it on a plate here. This is more of the, I don't even remember, animation, I don't know, like a Blackrock shooter the game, like files or something like that. You'll see some like illustrations they didn't use very often. I really like this illustration, that's good. This is her in the game. She starts out with like a basic uniform, and then she changes it as you upgrade to her one with the wings on the back. Yeah, this is the same illustration from the soundtrack. And just some idea and sketches. That phone card again, Gray, the character. This is a really cute illustration. I like beach stuff. Like, I like water stuff. I love swimming. Like, I grew up swimming my entire life. I think since my dad was, like, you know, from islands, that, you know, we took, like, swimming and going to the beach as, like, a high priority in our life. So I really like swimming stuff. Those are the full illustrations of the box art, which is kind of cool. You rarely see those. This is the cover. This is more of the characters. I thought the game was pretty fun. I'm a very simple to please person. I thought the new Dawnfall anime was good. I'm very, very easy to please. If the characters look pretty, I like it. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, the plot is terrible. A lot of times, like, I don't even keep up with the plot. Like, I don't even understand. I like this illustration a lot. Like, I don't even keep up with the plot. I'm just like, man, they're all happy. They're all working together. I'm happy for them. I'm very, very simple. Yeah, like Tsubasa, like I read that entire series. I'm reading it, Holic and Tsubasa again, actually, here recently. I still don't understand. It's been like 10 years since I've known this series, and I still don't understand, but I'm like, wow, these characters are determined. They're determined to do something. I appreciate that. As long as they're enthusiastic, I'll enjoy the series. Yeah, so here is in the Blackrock shooter the game PSP, there's an opening animation by Ufotable, or however you say that company's name. They're known for doing Fates anime, Demon Slayer actually. And so this was some like the animation like sketches and stuff they used for the opening sequence. So it looks amazing. I would say Stella, probably for nostalgia reasons, is still probably one of my favorite Black Rock shooters. But I do like Empress from Dawnfall, just because she's new. And I didn't think I'd like it at first, but it grew on to me. But this is like the epitome of like the cool Black Rock shooter, so it's hard to say. But I do like small and cute characters, so I did like Empress for that reason. Smoking Black Rock shooter. Just some sketches from the people who, you know, worked on animation and whatnot. It'd be so cool to participate in something like this one day. Not necessarily animation, just like working like as a big group of people together on a project. I think that'd be fun. The Yukari Black Rock shooter. White Rock shooter looks really nice here. Yep, and there's that book. I don't remember, like I said, I don't remember how rare it was, but it's supposedly rare. There again is that little, yeah, so the body, so the eyes of this Black Rock shooter Nendoroid is from, I don't remember the character's name. I'll show a picture on screen. It's from an old Shaft anime. I really like Shaft, by the way. I took the faceplate off of that, and then I put the TV animation hair on it, and then the body of the bunny set that I got. Here is another Vocaloid shelf. I have a lot of them. Here is Wowaka's Unhappy Refrain disc. One of his, if not his most popular album. I'll put that on the floor and we can look at that later. Here's my only Luca scale. I don't even think Luca has very many scales now that I think about it. I really like this figure. This is designed by Tony Taka. He has what you would call a same face syndrome, where it's like all of his faces look pretty much identical the same. But I used to think it was like kind of like bad as an artist back in the day, but as I grew up and understand like marketing, like it's very like you immediately know it's Tony Taka, so it's good at marketing. That I just showed was a Black Rock shooter, a Hatsune Miku Wendy's collaboration that was like summer of last year. It came with like a Hatsune Miku Wendy's plushie, but you had to buy like this like extra meat burger or something like that. I think I got someone in Japan to go and get it for me. This is just some like, I don't know, just like gachapon Miku something. Here's little Taco Squid Luca. Yes, Taco Luca, little minifigure that came with the Nendoroid. This was the Miku Expo 2014 plush strap, and this is actually really rare because not many people went. I believe it was in 2014. Not many people went to this concert, and Miku was not popular around this time. I mean, she was popular, but like not like as she is now. So there was a Luca, Miku, Len, Rin one. I really want the Rin one. But that little plush can go up to like, I mean, I see like $300 listings sometimes, just because like nobody actually got it. Here's some odds and ends Nendoroids. This little Nendoroid was a Project Diva's second Nendoroid Petite, which I recently learned they discontinued the Petite line, which is the little tiny guys, the tiny Nendoroids, and they call it like Nendoroid Surprise or something, I don't know. The absolute state of good smile nowadays. Which I really like these. I don't know why they rebranded them. Like Petite, I think it was like a Pucci is the Japanese word. I don't know why they would change that. This is the Hatsune Miku second PSP. Like it had the second game included with it, and it was the PSP exclusive to Japan only. I think I paid $300 for this, which was close to like its retail price, so I didn't really mind. It came with like the PSP, of course. I think it was like a 2000 series. The second game and a strap for the PSP, and then like I think like a soft cover case. It was pretty cool. And then all of these games. I got the first Project Diva game, like every Project Diva game, like for PSP, I got them as they released, which was crazy at the time because it was really early, I think like 2011, 2012, and I had to import them from Japan, so each one I paid probably $60 for. It's so funny because you can get these games for like $3 now. But yeah, there's the first one. I got it for Christmas. I was so excited. That was back in the day when you couldn't go to the mall and get Miku stuff. I'm glad Miku stuff is more accessible now. Importing sucks. I can't believe we have like anime figures and anime at Walmart. Like Walmart, what the? Never would I thought like I'd seen the day like Walmart. Anime's become very mainstream. What are your thoughts on that? Are you happy that anime is mainstream? I personally don't like the like fan base of like a lot of anime fans. So I tend to keep to my kind of like niche communities, if you will. But it wouldn't be as easily as accessible as it is now if it wasn't mainstream. And it's really good. So it's like, I do appreciate that now the artists that create all this stuff are getting, you know, the recognition that they deserve. But man, can anime fans be a cringe, to say the least. So this is the Wawaka CD. I think this was his final Vocaloid album, and then he released a single that was commissioned by Krypton on the I keep saying I've been saying Black Rock Shooter so many times. I keep wanting to call everything Black Rock Shooter now. On the Hatsune Miku 10th anniversary CD, and he was commissioned to make the song Unknown Mother Goose, and that song appeared on that album, but this was like his last Vocaloid album. And so here's some of like the insides with like all the lyrics. Wawaka was really influential, but he didn't write that many songs. Like Rolling Girl appears like on like all 3 or 4 of his albums. This is the official 15th anniversary Miku, Strawberry Miku standee that came with the 15th anniversary Strawberry Miku Nendoroid. It was very small. I made a little Strawberry Miku standee. I wanted to make it like really big and pretty looking. Good smell company, please hire me. This is a little lat again. I love Lat Miku. A Lat Miku little graphics. What was it called? Graphics figure? I don't know. I think I showed some of these in the first video. Very cute. You can change your little heads around with her little glasses. Very stylized. If I worked in an office, I'd put that on my desk. This was the second racing Miku. This one was designed by Red Juice. I love Red Juice. This is the Append Figma. I was so happy when this Figma was announced. I pre-ordered her, and at the time, I think her floating ribbon, her floating tie, broke off on accident, and I emailed... Man, I don't remember what it wasn't like Tokyo Takamoto, something similar. And they sent me a replacement for free, so I actually have 2 of them. This was my first ever charm that I made. It was like a test charm, that's why she has no back. And it was Hatsune Miku V4X. And this was my very first one. You can see how my art has really changed since then. And I redrew her as a new charm, and it looks way better. This figure was Anime NYC. I went to vend at Anime NYC in their artist alley in 2019, and they did a collaboration with this artist. I don't remember I'm assuming it's Camelia DeMerico or whoever is in this. There we go. It was her, and she's a really good artist and a very unique artist, but I think the translation to the figure left much to be desired. It is the funniest looking Miku figure I've ever seen in my life. Like, the mouth looks like, I don't know. It just looks really bad. Here she's out of her box, and it's like, oh, and the best part was like, this was like $55. I got it because I thought it was funny. And usually when I go to a convention, I try to like buy like a figure or something so I can like remember it, you know, memories. But like you can get a Nendoroid, like the Nendoroid next to it was like $50 too, I think. So you can get the, you know, the Japanese Nendoroid or the Virgin American, what did they even call these things? Like they're not like, obviously they're not Funko Pops, but they're pretty close in attractiveness. These are some clear files. Again, I like to put them behind my collection because it makes it look full. This is my little Azure Lane shelf. I'm not a huge fan of Azure Lane. I still play it every day, so I mean, I don't know what that says. And I've been playing it every day for like 4 or 5 years now, so. But I'm not a huge fan. This is my Xiaohua Miku enamel pin. She was limited edition. I really like how she turned out. And I like this floating case that I found to put her in. I don't know what Achilles is doing here. Oh. I'm always knocking over stuff in my collection. After this video, my collection was like trash for like a month. These are some Azure Lane Crosswave. It was like a limited set that came with that little Shimikaze figure. This is actually Akagi from Kantai Collection. I was a big Kantai Collection fan before I was an Azure Lane fan, so it kind of carried over. And Kantai Collection did really bad for the USS Intrepid design. But when Azure Lane came out with their Intrepid design, it was fantastic. And I still have to draw her, and like, but she's my favorite ship in the game, next to Bashi. This was a little official Crosswave collaboration item I got at Anime Expo 2019. This cost me $15 for this little charm, and it's one-sided. No shade. I mean, except there's a lot of shade, because like, from a manufacturer's perspective, that was probably 95 cents to produce, and I paid $15 for it. This was actually a garage kit, a pre-painted garage kit I purchased. They announced this Atago figure as an official figure for mass production like 3 years ago, and still nothing. So I don't really regret getting the pre-painted garage kit. These Atago and Takao plushies you see are by gift. They were released once and like never re-released. And I don't think they'll ever be re-released again, because Azure Lane now is big enough to where they make their own plushies. They produce their own plushies. So it's like, why would they hire another company to make them? But I never see listings for these plushies. And when I do, they're like $500. So these are probably the most expensive plushies in my entire collection. And then in the back of those shelves, I had 2 Azure Lane anniversary books. One they sent me, it was really destroyed, and then I showed them and they sent me a replacement. This is my Yojo Senki shelf, or Saga of Tanya the Evil. I got all of these light novels when I was in Japan, so I like them a lot. Japan was a lot of fun living there. Here's my Levi cleaning Figma, but it's also like it uses parts of the original Figma of Levi, because I liked in like season, what was it, season 2 or 3, that like he had taken off his jacket, so I thought that looked really cool, so I emulated that. This is my Tanya Nendoroid. This is a little charm, they called it. It was supposed to be like a little keychain. It's really heavy duty, and it was just the amulet that she has, but I attached that like robust looking chain on it, so it like really looks like a replica. And once this was sold, like I never saw it sold again, so who knows how much this is worth. But I thought it was like a perfect item. And here's little Tanya. She's so cute. Her little hat comes off. And then Erwin Smith figure. And then here are some odds and ends. These books right here are they Pixiv? I don't know. They're illustration books. They might be Pixiv books. I'm not really sure, but it's like, it showcased a lot of artists and some of their work, and it shows like, you know, here's links to their Twitter and links to their Pixiv accounts and whatever. And I think it's really, if you're an artist or an aspiring artist, it's a very beneficial book to have, because you can just see the diversity in art styles, and it's you know, whenever I'm stunted for inspiration, it's very easy to look through, you know, a showcase of like all these different illustrations. and think like, you know, and get inspiration from them on like what you want to do. It's crazy like how many, you know, styles artists come up with. So these books are really good. I think Barnes & Noble actually, they make them in English now, and Barnes & Noble carry them, so I'll go to Barnes & Noble and just read them. Saves me money. Here are the Attack on Titan Blu-rays. They're really cool. Like, they designed these discs really, really cool. It's like, I'll see if I take one out of its case. But like you can switch around the inside covers, which is really cool. Oh, I'm not tracking. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So it's like I can display it like with the wall in front of the character, or I can display it with whatever illustration is behind it. This is just like all the pamphlets that come with it, little comic books and stuff like that. And I believe like it comes with postcards of the ending illustrations. I'm really struggling here. Yeah, so there's some like ending illustrations, little postcards, if you will. This one is very ugly. This is Queen's Blade, Spiral Chaos. I like the character designer, Aiko Watanabe, so that's why I got this figure. And I also like Alice. I also have her figure somewhere around here. Very cute figures. I don't remember if I ever played the game. I have the game. I don't know if I ever played it. I'm like the biggest fake fan. I'm like the biggest fake anime fan. Here are some, you know, artist books. This is one specifically for animation and like animation effects. It's like good study books. Hand gestures. Like this is specifically like expressions and like hand gestures. This is another copy of my Hatsune Miku software. I don't know what she's doing down here. Here are the like special Full Metal editions of the Full Metal Alchemist comic book. I want to complete the set because I'm a completionist, but I also, again, don't read paper books anymore, so maybe I'll sell them and rebuy them digitally. I just like digitally, it's so much better. Like I have a little cute little iPad mini, and anywhere I go, I have all my books with me. And if I'm not in the mood to read whatever I'm reading at the time, I can read another book because it has a bunch of books inside. And I just think that's the optimal reading experience. I do read like every day. And I'll read like 6 books at a time. Right now I'm reading a book from 1972 called Pure White and Deadly. Sugar? How it's killing you? Something about like how sugar is killing you. I don't know. It was made back in 1972. That was in a Utena book that I got for my mom for my birthday. This is a Blackrock Shooter, the manga, Innocent Soul promotional item. This is the Dead Master. Oh, there goes her scythe and my little kitty. That's the problem with pop-up parades, is they're really cheap. This figure looks, I think, really good because the matte black looks really good for the figure itself. I wish both the bases were black, so it's like more uniform. I don't have that Dead Master figure yet, like the original, because that's the same thing where it's like they just made a copy of the original statue and just made it cheaper. I don't have the original statue yet, but I will buy it eventually. Here are some more of those Chanko prize plushies. Here is the Blackrock Shooter Blade version of the original canon figure I was talking about earlier, which is this one. This was just an alternate version that was a lot cheaper, and it just shows her without her jacket and a sword instead. This is my GIF plushie. I bought 2 of them because I thought they were very cute, and I'd probably do it again. I'd probably buy more of them. This is my Blackrock Shooter Nendoroid. I think I have 2 of those as well. This is the GE Animation plushie, an American plushie of Blackrock Shooter, and it's really crappy. It's low quality. Funny enough, they had an official collaboration with Good Smile Company, and like, what is this yellow string? It's just like a really cheap plushie and very ugly. Just like, why didn't they just bring the the original one over. This is a Black Rock Shooter cup. Glass cup. This is kind of like my OVA shelf. This is a speaker. I don't know if it still works, but this is there's like 3 of them in the set. I need to get the other 2. This is more of those phone cards I was telling you about, but this is the Pilot Edition one, Black Rock Shooter one. You can see here the Black Rock Shooter OVA Figmas. These little sets, the 2 Black Rock Shooter sets, the 2 Black Rock Shooter Petites came with the special edition of the OVA. Here's another Pilot phone card. Here was my first Figma ever, Black Rock Shooter. That's probably where the obsession started, honestly. And I thought it was a bootleg because it was so small. It's like, no, I got ripped off. But come to find out that these Figmas are just really small. But she's very cute and high quality. Another phone card. Just some books and stuff. Oh, my little kitty's sleeping. Here's what the OVA disc looks like. There's some like special content in here. I guess I'm missing the CD. If there was another CD. I think there's another. Yeah, there's a Blu-ray CD. I don't know where it's at. I think this was a fan works, like a fan doujinshi, a zine. I think the zine or zine or something like that. I don't know what they call that. But a lot of these are like Black Rock Shooter illustrations that have been on the internet forever. Like if you're a Black Rock Shooter fan, you probably recognize a whole lot of these. It's like for the longest time I thought that was like an actual screenshot. That one with Dead Master with the flaming eye. It was so funny, when I was a kid, I got the Black Rock Shooter Figma and it came with the first episode of the OVA, and I was like, well, when the Dead Master figure comes out, the second episode must come with it. Because it didn't feel like the first episode, concluded anything. And I got it and it didn't. And I was like, okay, well maybe it comes with a Black Gold Saw figure. And then I got the Black Gold Saw figure and it didn't come with that either. And they just didn't do it. They just never made us, it was just, the OVA was the first, like the only video on this project. Which is mediocre. I mean, again, like, I'm not a big snob for content. It was cute. I mostly like the Black Rock Shooter parts. I have never been a Mato fan and Yomi fan. I have a cat named Yomi, though. I only care about Black Rock Shooter. And I think, actually, now that I think about it, that's probably why I like Dawnfall so much, is that they didn't incorporate, Mato and Yomi and Yu and all these other little characters. I like Kagari from the TV animation of Black Rock Shooter, but I don't really care for the high school, genre. Or I think they were middle school. I don't know. I came here for Black Rock Shooters. Like, why would you add another character and then make her, like, the main character, kinda? I don't know. I wasn't a fan. I have these 2 Black Rock Shooter straps. Eventually I might get the little phones that they were based off. I think it'd be kind of cool. But yeah, I get the plot line, like, of the series, but I just didn't care for the middle schooler versions of alternate egos of the Black Rock Shooter characters. I don't know what you'd call them. This is the soundtrack, I think, of the OVA. Just your typical stuff. I just kind of wanted to show all this stuff as like, kind of like as like archivist purposes, just in case anyone's ever wanted to know like what's inside of this. Because again, a lot of the stuff is pretty rare and not many people have it. So like, here is a in-depth video. But yeah, back to like the whole middle school. And it's funny, it's like I was like around middle school or high school when that series came out. And I'm not a big fan of the school. It's like there's only so much you can do. This is my first edition, Magical Mirai 2022 Miku keychain. Very shiny. This was the first version of my Snow Miku. No, sorry. Magical Mirai Winter pin 2020. And that one was actually printed too big. So that one is like a prototype and she was printed too big. The one that everyone else got was a little bit smaller. This is the Magical Mirai 10-year anniversary album. I was in Japan at the time of this concert, so this particular Magical Mirai is special to me. Just more 10th anniversary stuff. This is the Magical Mirai 10... What? How does that make sense? Oh, okay, so 2017 Magical Mirai was Miku's 10th anniversary. Magical Mirai 2022 is the 10th anniversary of the concert. I was like, how are they both saying 10? This is the Nyan Cat U2 figures. I paid like $30 for this. It was probably not worth the money, but you know, if you're a big Vocaloid fan, you understand Nyan Cat is a Vocaloid item. Here's another copy of the CD. I just realized I had 2 copies. Either that or the first sleeve has like a different disc. Here's that figure I was talking about. I bought that game for. Very cute. Adorable. I love her design. Sakura Miku Nendoroid doll. And the Sakura Miku Nendoroid, this was actually the first full-sized Sakura Miku Nendoroid, but it was a bootleg. So back in the day, Good Smile Company released a Sakura Miku phone strap, but they never released a full-size Nendoroid. So bootleggers actually made a repaint of the Hatsune Miku Nendoroid in a Sakura color palette, and this was it. So the full-size Sakura Miku Nendoroid came before the actual official full-size Sakura Miku Nendoroid. It was real controversial in the figure community because people were like, well, you're supporting bootlegs, but then like technically this wasn't like a bootleg of something. Here's NT Miku. That Miku I just picked up was another one of those phone straps, which is funny, they're huge. Yep, here's NT Miku. I'll probably show that. Yep, the box on the inside of that. Here she is. I wasn't a really big fan of like everyone always complains, oh, she's losing her hair. She's losing her hair. I like the tiny hair. There's nothing wrong with tiny hair Miku. So the fluffy hair seemed really forced. If you're an English speaker, you can understand why this text doesn't look ideal, but I thought that was funny. But yeah, so whenever she came out with the fluffy-haired NT Miku, I felt like they were just like overcompensating for the fact that people were complaining she didn't have hair anymore. I mean, they're cute. It's cute, but that's the actual serial code. Nowadays, these softwares do not come with CDs like they used to. So here's what she looks like. This is Racing Miku 2012. This is a little Miku Dayo Nendoroid Petite I got in Japan. That's the actual Winter Miku pin I was telling you about earlier. So as you can see, the prototype printed a little bigger, so I had to reprint that, which sucked because I had to pay a mold fee again, so I think that was like $150 to reprint it the proper size, because I want it to be in scale size with the 2020 Magical Mirai summer version that I released with it. Here's some more Miku stuff. I think that's 2014 Magical Mirai. Here's a, similar to that Block Rock Shooter book, like, game guide. This is the Project Diva F second guide. This was a fun game. This was on like PS3. It was like really nice graphics. Like the PVs were really good. Lots of models, high definition. Easily one of my favorites. Oh, there's that Two Breaths walking the model that they made into a prize figure. Romeo and Cinderella, World Is Mine. A lot of these were like really iconic, and this was a good song list, I think. Like a lot of classics, but like a lot of diversity, like different genres and stuff. Some of the art cards that were in the game. Like guess some of the PV stuff. They put like a lot of effort into these. Like the backgrounds are really nice. And here's what the inside dust jacket looks like. Here is some, is this a fan compilation? I don't know. I'm assuming, yeah, definitely. With Kay on the cover. Kay is such an iconic Vocaloid illustrator. Of course, he or she is the original designer of Hatsune Miku. So I really like when they still use them as promotional artwork. I know Chima or Jima, I don't know if like I think it's Xima. I don't know if that's the Chinese pronunciation or Shima. They use them now mostly for new Vocaloid items, and they're a good illustrator. They're a really good illustrator, but I prefer the classics. I do like how they still hire Kay to do promotional images in addition to most of the Vocaloid or most of the Miku designs. Like they'll still draw like the Snow Miku stuff, even though that they hired a different Snow Miku illustrator for the main visual. Here's my Rin and Len shelf. I am not a big fan of Len, but it just feels weird buying Rin stuff without him. It feels very incomplete. Here's another one of those little, you know, small guys I've been showing. Here's the Rin Toon Eyes figure. I think these are ugly, but they're charming. Like, it's fine that it's ugly, but it's charming. Like, it's cute. Here's a Bring It On exclusive plushies I think I got from Magical Mirai 2018. This is Good Smile's new figure line. Is it Hello or something like that? I don't remember. It's some generic name. They're figures. Oh, there's nothing to write home about them. They're cute, I guess. I don't know. It just seems like Good Smile is like, they keep releasing all like these figure lines and stuff like that, and they're all like dropping simultaneously in quality, so it's just like, it just feels like consumerism. Like, let's see how many times you can release Miku and how many times these people will buy them. I'm really starting to hate it, to be completely honest. It just sucks. This is my little Rin doll. It just sucks when companies like, you watch them fall. Like, I've been, you know, participating in this company, like buying from them for like, you know, 12 or 13 years. This is like my another auxiliary shelf. Here's my Strawberry Miku standee. There's the official one right there. And then here was mine. And she had it back. This is one of the big, like the longest illustrations. I think this, ironically, in total with the plate took me 39 hours. I think the plate took me 2 hours to draw, and then the actual standee took me whatever minus 2 from 39 would be 37. I'm so bad at math. And here's the official Nendoroid. I imported this from Japan, so I got it earlier before the pre-orders started shipping. She's very, very cute. I really like this design. Like, I love macarons. I love desserts. My kitty's name is Macaron. And so I just thought it was like a really cute thing. This is a Figma Merlin from Fate Grand Order. I got him for a steal. I think I only paid like $70 for him, which is still kind of expensive. But his box was like shattered, and I got it at Level Up Expo. Because like I said, I like to get figures from conventions I vend at. But I was like, I don't care about boxes. I'll just toss it. It's like once you have like, you know, so many, you start to just, you know, not care about things like boxes. This is an exclusive set, a box set of the English translations of the Bakemonogatari light novels. I have them on digital now because I wanted to read them, but again, I've never read the paperback, so I probably will sell this to like a collector or something, because I know these were kind of like hard print. Like, I think they re-released them, but they were like hard to get. I don't know. I know someone else would enjoy it more than me. I love Bakemonogatari, but it's just like, you know, if I'm just like, someone could read this, like, I shouldn't just keep it, you know what I mean? That Crunchyroll Nendoroid I got from Crunchyroll Expo at Vending At. Here's like my half little Chobits shelf that I can't wait to get the Chobits Nendoroid. Actually, I can wait to get the Chobits Nendoroid. Like, I'm not very happy with it. If you like, this is a little chibi, KO's the charm. If you are a big Chobits fan, you know that Clamp does phenomenal with outfit illustrations, like outfit designs and stuff like that. And Good Smile Company put Chi, and this character right here, in like the most, like literally like a white slip that maybe she was like in official artwork like twice. And I don't even think she shows up in this outfit in the anime. And it's just so lazy considering like, even though there was a slightly more designed outfit that was really generic, Chitose's dress that they could have put her in, which was just a brown generic dress, and they didn't. And they just put her in this like white slip, and it's just like, I'm gonna buy it because it's like Chi again. It's like a very sentimental character to me, but it's just so like, it sucks because like, you know, Chi has her sister Freya, so obviously Good Smile's probably not gonna make Freya unless Chi sells. So if I want them to make a Freya Nendoroid, I've got to buy Chi, but then they do the shittiest outfit for Chi, and it's like I'm gonna have to look for like another Nendoroid body that I can give her more ornate dress. So it's like, you see how she always has like really frilly dresses? They're like gorgeous, they're fantastic. Like every other Chi figure has always been like really detailed, which is not very many to say, you know, to be honest. But it's just like they didn't care, and it's just so sad to see. Like, yeah, I'm happy. I can't wait to see what they're doing for the Tsubasa Nendoroids. I'm guarantee you it's gonna be their generic episode outfits that they show up in episode 1. And each will come with an alternate faceplate. Sakura, Good Smile exclusive, will be her feather. And then everywhere else you're screwed. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's so greedy. Don't get me wrong, they're getting bigger, so it's like you have to stretch your money thinner now, but it's just like, again, they used to be like, they used to care. Like, look at these illustrations and outfits, like gorgeous, you know? And then it sucks because it's like, I technically don't want to support, you know, these companies when they don't care. I think it's technically like that white dress right there, but it even looks like more lackluster. I'll show a picture of it, of course. But it's like, I don't want to support these companies when they're lazy, but then like, I want this figure. So maybe I'll stick it to them, and I'll wait and buy it third party. Here's more. What was that? I didn't even see what that was. Probably looks like another phone card. That was my raw Blackrock Shooter figure. I paid $50 for it because one of her hands were broken. This was the white Blackrock Shooter that I was talking about. She has gray eyes and a gray flame and just like a white version of Blackrock Shooter. But she's not White Rock Shooter. And then here's my little insane Blackrock Shooter Nendoroid. An anthology of the Blackrock Shooter, the game, I think, in the background. Another copy of the Blackrock Shooter mousepad that I said I had 2 copies of. A Pixiv book of Blackrock Shooter. This is kind of like just like a Miku shelf. Infinity Miku, prize figure. Another game guide in the background of the second game. A pencil card of Blackrock Shooter, Gargura Nendoroid, and Magical Mirai 2018. Here's my little Magical Mirai 2020 summer outfit, and this is what I was talking about, how I wanted them to be the same size, so I had to reprint them, but as you can see, like, these ones are more accurate to the same size. This was my first pin set I ever released. I really liked how the gold one showed up, but like you can see, like, for the prototype was way bigger than the summer one. Here is the Magical Mirai 2018 Nendoroid by Mika Pikazo. I love this illustrator. Gargura, she was very cute. A little tiny Gashapon 2018 Magical Mirai. It is so hard to remember. They're like cereals at this point. V-Flower Vocaloid software. I think I paid like $40 or $50 for her. I don't even use Vocaloid. I'm just a collector, and I like V-Flower. I need to draw her at some point. This is what the inside of her box looks like. That sticky note is covering her serial number. So this one came with the serial number card and the disc. And I believe she originally shipped in a black box, and I didn't like the way that looked, so I switched it over for a clear box. Because I just think that looks a lot better. This was something that came with, I don't know. Oh, my Strawberry Miku anniversary. The person who bought it from the convention, and so they put in that little promotional item as you saw there. This is a little Miku music box actually, and it plays a song. I don't remember the song, but it's like one of my favorite Miku songs actually. It's a really good little song. Here is the prize figure of Infinity Miku. This was my favorite Miku back in the day. I used to draw her all the time. I just love her so much. Yeah, I love her a lot. Here's this little deco, I don't know, lithograph from, I forget the name of the song. Moso? Something. Delusion Tax. Here's that 10th anniversary Miku album I was talking about that the Wawaka song was commissioned on. I only got it because Wawaka's song is on there. Some of the other songs, like Ruli's song, which is like, I don't remember the name of that song. That one was pretty good, but I didn't really care for a whole lot of these songs on here. Inside the little, I still don't know what these are called. Disc slips. It's like album lyrics and stuff, or excuse me, song lyrics. Yeah, live tune, put a song on here, Pinocchio, Deco, and then there's Unhappy Refrain. Rest in peace. This was a fantastic song. It's like, what are the chances? I don't know. It's like, it was released like so close to his, passing. And here's some just like little commissioned artworks. And now we're already on Miku's 15th anniversary recently. There was a little Lat Miku illustration back there. Haha, yeah, I did show it. Oh, Lat Miku. I gotta draw Lat Miku. Like, I don't know if anyone else would care like I do, but I love Lat Miku. And here is that game guide I was telling you about. I love these graphics for the PSP. Like, obviously it's nostalgia, but I also really I think those opening sequence models were ugly. Like, they were terrible. But these, I love low poly models. Like, it's really unique, and I love it when artists draw low poly models, to this day. I think that's so cool. I would love to get a VTuber low poly model. That'd be really cool. I wonder if I could find an artist that would do it in the style of Project Diva. A lot of classic songs on here. Voice was a really good song. Moon. I think Moon was on here. Moon's a really good song. And I think you could even make your own PVs with these songs. It was really hard because you had only the controls of the PSP. There's the best Kaido skin. I used to see so many people, they would put him as all the models in the song. I used to do that too because it was pretty funny. But yeah, you could make your own PVs with the controls of the game, and people would upload them, and it was really cool. Yeah, definitely. Project Diva, the PSP games are my favorite games. Here's my giant Miku Nendoroid. Here's some Nendoroid Petites. They're very cute. Their stands are a pain in the ass. Here's Miku falling. Here's my favorite Vocaloid, Konata Izumi. Yeah, here's how big she is. She is massive. She's really hollow, and she actually has alternate faceplates. I got her for a steal. I think I only paid $90 for her, plus some shipping, so shipping was probably another $40. But, she usually goes for about, $300 or so. I got it for a good deal. So these plushies are actually pretty rare. They were an exclusive fan club plushies that were released in 2003. And funny enough, I found someone selling a used listing of them, and then I found someone selling a brand new listing. So I have the brand new listing ones. They have their tags on them, and I have those in storage. And these are just the used ones, but they're still in great quality. But they're like actual little like replicas of the Mokanas. Here is the Tsubasa English Volume 1 of the art book. I have, obviously, as you saw right there, the second art book, but that one's in Japanese, and I like the way that the seller packaged the book, so I never opened it. So I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming the pictures in there are good. But man, I love Clamp. Probably my favorite writers. Even though, again, yeah, like half the stories, I don't even understand what's going on. I mean, I get it in the beginning, and then like next thing you know, in the series, there's like 60 Sharons and like 60 Sakuras, and like one's like a dream Sakura, like dream Sharon. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't. I anticipate a remake of that series though. This is designed by Chanko. He or she actually does do anime illustrations, and this is a really rare item I found on from Japan, like an auction site essentially, and this was released in like I think 2011 or 2012 as a promotional item for the little iOS game. So I was so happy to add this to my collection. She's kind of musty. Like, if you've lived in Japan before, the best way I can describe it is a lot of the places, especially like older, antique places and just older stores, have this musty mildew smell. And it's just because like it's an island, so it's like really rainy there. Like it rains there all the time. And so mildew, is a problem. So it's like it smells like mildew, but it's like, I mean, I don't care. It's like I don't think it smells bad. I like it actually because it makes me it smells just like Japan, But being in Japan during the rainy season, oh my. It literally rains non-stop, and it will pour, and then it's just you'll wake up and it's just pouring, and it's just like pouring the entire day. And it's just like pouring, like it's not even like, it's not sprinkling. It's like, whenever it creates like a bunch of water on the floor or on the ground. Yeah, that's what it does. Here's my second set of Nendoroids. I never really realized how many Nendoroids I have. I have a bunch of them. And I can't stop buying them. They're very cute. Obviously, like I'm mainly a chibi artist, so I love the chibi style. So I guess that's my problem. That was white coat version of the Steins Gate characters, Makise and Okabe. This is a Strike Witches characters, Merlin and Saber from Fate Go. This was Milky Holmes, which was like a moe kawaii detective series, I think, if I recall. And this was the game exclusive one, so I really like this one. She's very cute. And then here's Madoka, the worst Nendoroid I've ever purchased. Like Madoka falls apart. Like it's just, she was really like light colored, like pastel colored, and it looked like it didn't print really well on the figure, and so she looks like she's been set in the sun. It was just terrible Nendoroid. Here's Kagami, one of the first like sub 50 Nendoroids, so she's like real brittle and real ugly looking, as you can tell. Like she's kind of big too compared to Hitagi. And here's Hitagi. I lost one of her stationaries. I know, and I call myself a Hitagi fan. And in Bakemonogatari, I think my favorite, I don't know who my favorite girl is. I'll have to go through like the 7 stages of grief to decide. Here is a very strange Nendoroid, the weirdest Nendoroid in my entire collection. So obviously this is Saber, and I think this is like an anniversary Nendoroid, but it is extremely high quality, as you can tell, and it looks like a Nendoroid, but there are some defects about this Nendoroid. And this Nendoroid was actually being sold as a bootleg. So I only paid like $15 or $20, but it's so high quality. I have a tin foil that they may have printed this Nendoroid like with a lower quality manufacturer, and they couldn't do anything. And it may have been a factory reject, which companies will have like factory rejects where it's like it's good enough quality that they shouldn't destroy it, and they just don't destroy it. And they'll sell it to like a third party to just do whatever with, pretty much. And that's what I think this Nendoroid is, because she's very, very high quality. And I'll attach a picture of this, like the standard Saber bootleg, and it looks nothing like it. So it's like, I think this may have been a factory reject Nendoroid, which I thought was pretty cool. Here's a Kaga from Kansai Collection. Amiya from Arc Knights. Chirino and a Kaito. Kaito's Nendoroid is very ugly, but he's kind of charming. Chirino. I didn't really like Chirino's Nendoroid. I don't know, her smile looked kind of a little strange to me. I love Chirino though. I need the suntan version. I like tan characters. Here's more from that Milky Homes series I was talking about, and Yotsuba from Yotsuba. She comes with this 4-leaf clover, and that was the exclusive Amazon JP piece. If you pre-ordered through Amazon JP, you got her holding her little clover, which I think is kind of shitty when they have like a pretty important character item and they make it like an exclusive item. Because I think like she always just has her little 4-leaf clover, and that's like what she's named after, like with her hair. So it's like you had to go through extra lengths to get the special item. Very cute. Anime never, unfortunately. The manga, this is a very wholesome, adorable series. Sinon from Sword Art Online. I wasn't a fan of Sword Art Online, but I like her design. Kashino from... Is it Kashino? From Kantai Collection, and Kaguya Luna. I really liked Kaguya Luna until the drama happened. But I like her design. Also Mika Pikazo. Aya Shame Eramu or something like that, or something like that. One of my favorite Toho characters because she also likes vintage cameras, and I have a vintage camera collection in my office right now, actually. Maybe one day I'll do a little video just showing all my little vintage cameras. And then this character from Amagi SSS, I think? I don't remember. And then some more K-On! Nendoroids. Like, think of any series in its mass amount of popularity, like that's how popular K-On! Was back in the day. This is my little personal shelf. This is my little Kyoza / OC shelf that I have behind my collection. This is my little plushie I designed myself, and she took me like 2 years, and she is patented because of her the way the mechanics of her tail works. She took me a long time. She is my favorite child I've ever produced. This illustration behind her is actually done by Echoberry, and she is, if you're big in the Vocaloid community, she's a big Vocaloid illustrator for Kira a lot of times, a lot of his PVs. I love my little plushie so much. I put so much work into her. I also sell her if you're interested, but only if you'll take good care of her. This is a little standee of my Webtoons artwork. I was doing a Webtoons for a while of my series, but it takes a lot of time. And unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time to spare. However, doing the few chapters I did of my Webtoons, I gained so much knowledge as an artist. Like, if you want to improve as an artist, like really quickly, do a Webtoons, because it's like you have to draw from all different angles and stuff like that. So it was totally worth it, even though I'm not going to continue the Webtoons. What I'm going to do instead is a visual novel. So when I finally get my shit together, I'm going to work on the visual novel. But this was like a little exclusive prize standee I did for the comic. Here are some charms. I'm knocking over stuff as always. This was the first generation of the charm where she had brown line art. I switched it to a colored line art for I think the release. And yeah, so this is the original prototype. This is original artwork I designed only for the plushie tag. Here you can see my information. Here's a little prototype of the... I have 4 prototypes of this plushie. I don't know if I recorded it in this video, but I'll talk about the prototype and the process of making a plushie actually in another video. This is another one by Echoberries. This is Oyatsuya, my other OC. Echoberries did a fantastic job. This is watercolor, and she sent me the original copies, and she sent me a digital copy, and I was absolutely in love and infatuated with her artwork. I still am. Here's my little promotional thing for my webcomic. Here are some just like prototypes. These are stickers I gave for free with a Kickstarter. Here are some plushie pins I was going to do, but I think I had an issue with my manufacturer at the time. Here is a little I don't know if I show it, but that little plushie head in the background was done by Pinku Arts on Instagram. I always say arts. I think it's Pinku Art. I always say that. Pinku Art, and it is so adorable and so cute. A little... here's the tag charm. I never released this official charm. It was just a tag. As you can see there. And then just some kind of odds and ends little items. Yeah, like this. Like I was just testing out the 3D printing effect for my manufacturer. Here's my prototype of Enui, or Ennui, depending on how you want to say her name. She had a little neck issue that was fixed in the final production. And here's another prototype of Kyoza, the fixed one, the one that I really liked. The first prototype wasn't exactly what I was wanting. As you can see, like the top one is the final, and it goes lower to see like the lower versions. Her orange is very, very neon in this plushie, and I did not like it, and I changed it to a yellow. This was my first full illustration, like full anime style illustration I did of Kyoza. My style has really changed since then, so I think it's kind of funny. I'll show you a comparison. This was an exclusive Anime Expo Kyoza, however you want to say my name, however I want to say my name, button I gave away with orders at 2009 Anime Expo. Let me know in the comments if you have one. That'd be really cool, actually. This was a sample I tried before I made the buttons to see if, like, is this quality good? This was my first drawing of Kyoza I ever drew. A lot of my design is to change here. Like, you know, my VTuber is the same design, but you can see the colors are a lot different now. Still angry looking. This was the Kickstarter exclusive charm that if you participated in the Kickstarter for the plushies, you had access to buy this exclusive Kickstarter one, because the the webtoons was in black and white, and so here was the black and white exclusive charm. Also, let me know if you have this one. That one's really rare too. This was my first batch and my first Kyoza charm I sold for when I went to Anime Expo 2019. That was a very monumental convention for me. It was my first convention, and it was like, it's the biggest convention in the United States. So I learned a lot. I learned a lot. There's a very first Kyoza prototype. She kind of looks like she's been run over a couple times, and that's because when you do the plushie process, I'll send the prototype to my manufacturer. My manufacturer takes her apart, like rips her apart, and then puts her back together, and then like makes a copy of the plushie that they've taken apart. So this is like round 2 of being re-sewn together. So that's why she looks a little taken apart. And here's my Oyatsuya prototype plushie. And then here are just some of my little Kyoza charms and stuff. This charm packaging is a charm packaging that all my charms ship in. I really like how it turned out. I have to pay out the ass for that little window because it's like a custom thing. Cause like a lot of people will do packaging and they won't have that little window. But because I illustrate the back of the charm, I kind of wanted to like show people that easily so they can like, you know, look in the back and see, hey, this is the back of the character. But I have to pay out the ass for that what's it called? That packaging. Yep, this is the official plushie. So this is the final one. This is the final Oyatsuya one. I also sell her as well. I have 3 so far. I have technically a few other plushie designs pretty much ready to go, but plushies are really they take up a lot of space, so it's like I have to account for that. And it's like, it's kind of hard to sell fan art because, like, excuse me. It's very easy to sell fan art. It's kind of hard to sell original designs because people don't know your characters or where they're from, stuff like that, which is really understandable. So it's really hard to push original designs. So, yeah. These are the illustrations I did for promotion for the plushies. And I use these on my website and whatever, and at Anime Expo. This is the Huke wall scroll that came with my Inexhaustible figure that I think was a bonus for the Good Smile pre-order. Very nice. And this is my wall of Hatsune Miku NT pins. I think I may have talked about this a little bit in the first video. My manufacturer made a pretty significant mistake. They didn't think to send me a picture before they started mass production, or send me a picture before they sent it, because like shipping's really expensive from here overseas. So it's like maybe $500 to $800 for shipping. And what they had done was unacceptable. They so right here you should be able to see the shading on her hair, but all you see is her hair color, and then the light color, like the sheen, or like, you know, I don't know, light reflection, whatever you want to call it. But they did the shading and the hair the exact same color. So it's like, what was the point of doing the shading? So I was like, you guys have to reprint this. And we went back and forth. It was not a very lighthearted conversation, because it's like, you know, I paid for my product to look like this, we agreed for my product to look like this, and then they sent me that. So they ended up remaking the entire order and sending it to me, and I didn't feel comfortable selling those pins, because I had promised that there was only going to be 100 pieces sold of this pin design, and the people had pre-ordered it. So it's like, it's not really fair to do it cheaper, because then that person would have, like, well, I could have pre-ordered a cheaper version. And on top of that, it makes their, you know, their complete version a little bit less worth, I guess you would say. So I just put them as a wall decoration for my collection room. And then here's my little closet of all my boxes. I have a closet downstairs that I just put them in. As you can see, I'm completely like stuffed for space. And here are those complete set Mocha plushies I was telling you earlier. These ones have little tags on them. But yeah, like so many boxes. I'm running out of space. It's like, what am I gonna do? Like, you know, move to a new house. And last but not least, this is my my old Toho CD-ROM discs. I am a big fan of Toho. I've been playing it like a long time now. And I used to import the games from Japan. And here they are. A lot of people haven't seen it, because I think a lot of people like plagiarize and download illegally these games. But here's what they look like, if you've ever wondered. Classics. Zune does, like, you know, the creator does the illustrations, does the music, does the narration, the storyline, the game mechanics. He does it all. It's actually really impressive. And he's always been really supportive of like fan works and derivatives and stuff like that. And, you know, Toho to this day is a really big series. And it's still a great series. My favorite Toho character? I'm glad you asked. I don't know. I need to make a tier list. It's just like, I need to pick a series and like, here's my favorite characters and why. Okay, and then that's the end of the video. And then here's like, you know, a little shot again of like my entire collection. I just want to thank you if you've been watching this video for this long. I appreciate your patience. It took me so long to upload these videos. And, you know, I never know how to end these videos. One day I'll figure out how to end these videos. I don't have like an ending outro too, so like the video's just gonna end. I always think it's real awkward when like you're watching a video on YouTube and it just ends. Like, you know, there's no like conclusion, there's no snazzy music. I need to commission like a BGM or something like that, because I think I'm going to just be using like free to use music for these videos. But I'm really happy you watched, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I will try to answer them, especially with collection. And shortly, I said shortly last time, and then look, this video came out like 3 months later. I will be doing an update, because I have gotten again some rare figures and stuff since the recording of this video in December, and I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching.